Welcome to Danni's Den. Today, we're diving into something that trips a lot of people up. You meet someone, things feel good, the kids met them once, then you stumble on a public record online. Your stomach drops. What now?
Before you call your lawyer or blow up your group chat, breathe. I want to give you a practical roadmap. What records usually mean, what actually matters to courts when kids are involved, simple safety steps you can use today, and a couple of scripts so you say the right thing when you're emotional. Not every record is the same, and that matters. Think in categories: nonviolent misdemeanors, felonies, diversion outcomes, sealed or expunged files, and active supervision like probation or parole. Each of those has a different real-world impact.
Quick example, so you can picture it. An old, non-violent misdemeanor from 10 years ago looks very different from a recent assault conviction. One is historical, the other can suggest ongoing risk.
Okay, quick reality check. People jump to extreme conclusions when they see a headline. Let's bust a couple of myths you probably heard. Myth 1. Any record automatically means a person can't be around kids. Not true. Family courts focus on the child's best interest. Judges look for recent or ongoing behavior that creates actual risk, not a single old conviction alone. Myth 2. Background checks are foolproof. They aren't. Online databases can be incomplete or outdated. If you run a check, do it with consent when you can, and ask for specifics, dates, court paperwork, instead of assuming the worst. I say this as someone who works in family law. I've seen judges focus on patterns, documentation, and current risk factors, not on viral posts or gossip. That context matters when you're deciding next steps. When parenting and custody are on the table, safety comes first and stigma comes second. Courts want evidence: police reports, court dispositions, protective orders, treatment records. Those are the things that move a judge. Rumors on social media? Not very persuasive, unless backed up by verified facts. A short, anonymized example. I once handled a case where a partner had a decade-old drug possession misdemeanor, but completed treatment years ago. That looked very different in court from someone with a recent domestic violence conviction and a restraining order. Context changed everything. If you're thinking about making exchanges safer, start with temporary, reasonable steps: neutral pickup points, supervised handoffs, no unsupervised overnight stays until you're comfortable. Those options protect kids without cutting people out before you have facts. What should you collect? Police reports, court dispositions, any protective orders, proof of program completion, and parole or probation terms. For example, a 2016 DUI plus a completion certificate for a treatment program looks different in court from a 2022 domestic violence conviction with an active restraining order. Keep records. They matter. Now, practical steps you can do today without shaming anyone. 1. Pause and gather facts. 2. Set clear, temporary boundaries around your children. 3. Document everything you learn and every relevant conversation. Because words matter, here are 2 scripts you can actually use. With a new partner, I care about you and my children's safety is my top priority. Can you help me understand anything I might find if I check public records? Short, practical, kid-focused. If you need to loop in an ex about exchanges, I want to be transparent. Someone new is in my life. For our child's safety, can we agree on supervised or neutral exchanges for now while we sort details? Calm, centered on the child, avoids blaming language. A short note about parole or probation. Those terms can include real restrictions, things like curfews or limits on contact with minors. If someone is under supervision, politely ask for the written conditions. That helps you set boundaries that are lawful and clear. Switching gears briefly, sports fans know this. Athletes sometimes get arrested, then get reinstated, and fans cheer them back. That's community forgiveness. It teaches a useful lesson. Rehabilitation and public second chances are possible. But fandom isn't the same as household safety. Different context,
different rules. And a quick music tip to help family conversations. Pick songs that talk about trying to be better or about growth and accountability. Those themes open a gentle door. A few R&B and hip-hop tracks that center on reflection can help kids hear that mistakes happen and change is possible. Let's make this stick with a tiny, punchy checklist you can use right away. 3 legal realities, 3 parenting actions, 3 scripts. Legal realities: type manners, timing matters, supervision terms matter. Parenting actions: pause and gather facts, set temporary safety-first boundaries, document everything. Scripts: ask a partner with a kid-focused opener, tell an ex you want coordinated safety plans, request paperwork politely but firmly. Say those aloud if it helps. Content note: this topic can be triggering. If you or your children are in immediate danger, stop this episode and contact local emergency services or a support hotline. For law that applies where you live, talk to a local attorney. Laws differ by state, and one-size-fits-all answers can be harmful. If this episode helped, please subscribe to Danni's Done for weekly conversations about law, love, parenting, sports, and pop culture. If you have a legal issue and want to discuss specifics, email Danielle at thelegalassistantcenter.net to book a free 30-minute consultation. Drop questions or episode ideas in the comments. I read them. Let's chat. Thanks for listening. Protect your kids, protect dignity, and let accountability guide second chances. Carefully and with the facts in hand. See you next week.